All right, this is lesson 58 primarily, but just looking at lesson 57 quickly, look at these. All of Saxon is meant, all of the examples completely mirror the practice problems, so they're meant to be followed just like that. And this especially, you basically just have a formula. The formula that you have is PV over T. It's the general ideal gas law equation. So all you're going to do for those is write out PV over T equals PV over T, but you have P1 V1 T1 over, you're not looking at your book. You are, you're not. Look at your book. Okay, so then you're just gonna plug in what you have. You just have to keep the corresponding numbers together. So for instance, practice problem A, it says 8 liters of an ideal gas at temperature 1000 kelvins had a pressure of 200 newtons, if the volumes were increased to 10 and the temperature reduced to 800, what would the pressure be? So you're gonna have to keep all of, they're talking about two different situations, right? Because they're saying increase the volume, increase the temperature, whatever. So you have the original one and then you have the increased one. We'll just do that real quick. So we have, let's see, what time is it?
10:10.
10:10 wins. That was the name of a radio station in New York. Just FYI. All right, so let's do lesson 57 real quick. We have P1, V1, T1, P1, sorry, V1 over T1, and P2, V2 over T2. So the problem says 8 liters of an ideal gas temperature. So 8 liters is what? We have 3 variables. Pressure, volume, and temperature. So 8 liters is going to fit where? Volume, right?
Yep.
So we have 8. So that's our first thing. We're going to just this is called plug and chug. We love that. Plug in the numbers, chug out the answer. Had a pressure of 200. Okay, so that's easy. We just plug that in here. 200. And do they give us a temperature?
1000 kelvins, is it?
Yeah. So that's all on one side. Then it says if the volume were increased to 10 liters, so now this one is 10, and the temperature reduced to 800, what would the pressure be? So that is our variable. So we simplify and solve. We get 1600 over 1000 equals 10p over 800. You can do the infamous cross multiply. First you can get rid of some zeros to make this easier. So you would have 10p equals 16 times 80. I mean, you could even reduce this, just because I'm doing it in my head, to 8 over 5. And then it would be 5p equals 640 divided by 5, whatever. Simple. Okay, so it's basically a plug-in, you can read all of the wonderful information about pressure, volume, and temperature, again, in your spare time tonight. But just for the sake of time, that is as deep as we're going to go, which is really a shame, and you'll have to forgive me. All right, for depriving you of the joys. But actually, I'm not depriving you. I'm allowing you the joy of exploring it on your own. You're welcome. All right, lesson 58.
Should I stop?
No, we're just going to, should we? Or should, yeah, you might as well. Okay.